Hey guys, it's Bus Jockey. Today I'm working on a 2011 New Flyer. Complaint is that the AC clutch shuts down due to a overcurrent code. Okay, and so what I've already done is I went to this bulkhead connector XBHR 417 in the right rear. I disconnected and isolated the circuits, and I put power at this connection point here and then ground, and then I looked at the current. The resistance of the clutch coil is like 11.5 ohms, so you'll get around 2 amps. So I did that right there. It gave me 2 amps, so I knew my problem wasn't there and the resistance checked out. So then I went to this connector here, XCC1, and that's at the main unit. It's a Canon plug, and it's this one right here, and I disconnected it, did the same test, and it still passed. And then I went at the computer here and I disconnected the computer where the clutch wire is, and that's the output from the computer. I did the same test and it passed again. Okay, so all my wiring is checking out good, and at that moment I'm like, wow, this is weird. Okay, because my scan tool, it's telling me different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the bus. I'll show you what I see on the scan tool, and then I'm going to show you a test here to help isolate what the issue is. Okay, I've already isolated the wiring, so let me start it up and I'll show you what I found out. Okay, so the bus is on now, and I've got it running, and it's not coding now, but what's going on here, it's showing my battery supply voltage to the TK unit is 29.4 volts, which, wow, that's kind of high. And then if you look here, it's saying the clutch is on and it's pulling 3 amps. Okay, but I just checked all the wiring and it's not. It's pulling what it should be pulling. Okay, so to prove that, I'll just take my current clamp on here and let's see what we got for the current flow. I'm gonna pause this. Okay, I'm back. So look at the scan tool here. It's saying the clutch is on and I'm pulling 3 amps, which is way too high. That's what led me to believe I had like a partial short to ground. You create another parallel path, you increase current flow. Okay, so after checking all my wiring and everything, I went up to the computer and I was checking the current flow coming out of the clutch, and on here I'm getting 2.3 amps. That's what you're supposed to have. Okay, and then if you look, the voltage coming out of the, if I can get a good, there we go. I've got 28 volts coming out, okay? And I'm at 2.3 amps. And this was logging the code causing the issue, okay? So the problem is it's a faulty computer, okay? So if we go back here to setup parameters, read data, it's going to take a little bit here. Okay, so now it went to the right one. So let's go to Hours and alarms. Let's read alarms. Come on, let's go while we're young. Okay, so look at all the codes here. We've got clutch 1, output overload, counting like 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm sorry, overload once, and then we have underload, then overload, then underload. And the reason why I've got the underload ones is before I did output tests with my Load Pro, and on this test, it made it, well, let me rephrase it. It was under normal operation. I wasn't on output test. Normal operation without output test on, it will code underload if you use a Load Pro, okay? So in order to use the Load Pro properly in that test, you've got to make sure the output test is on. So it's another variable. Me personally, with something like this, I would just go find a test lamp with the proper amperage due to the fact of that variable. But at least it does tell you that the computer is looking at the code and it's seeing it and it's logging the fault, okay? So anyway, it had these issues, and then I noticed the high voltage and then the higher current, and then when I would unplug the clutch coil, it would still show this amount of amperage, okay? Now it's doing different. Now it's not logging it, and now it's working. But the problem is it's a faulty computer, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go, let me go to relay test first, and then I'm just gonna turn the clutch on to show you. Well, actually, here, look, I turned it off. Sorry. This is off right now, and it's saying that the clutch is pulling 1.5 amps. It's not the wiring because I tested it, okay? So that just proved right there that the issue is in the computer, okay? So if I go, well, to finally prove it, I'm sorry, you go to relay test, check the box for every 1,000 milliseconds, and this is IntelliGer 3, by the way. You then go to clutch 1. I'm going to turn it on. Okay, it turned on. And now it's showing the higher current because the computer is faulty. But look at my amp clamp. I'm still at 2.2, 2.3 amps. And my voltage coming out if I can get it on, there we go, is 28.3 volts. And before, the clutch would kick out and it would say overload. It's not overloading. The fault's in the computer. Okay, so let me shut this off. So it's not a good idea to run it like this without any fans on for a long time. Okay, so that's it. It's a faulty board. Okay, so let me pause this, and then I'll take the board off and I'll show you the board. Okay, here's the board. So if you get in real close here, trying to find where the heck it is. There we go. See, you got green crusties. Got some right there. Let's see, do we got anything on the other side? Oh yeah, right here. We got crusties there. And where'd it go? Oh, here we go. And right there. So there we go. It's a faulty board. I don't know if I'll have time to show you the new board. We're trying to get one programmed right now. So if I have time, I'll show it to you. If not, then you know, this is it. But this is the problem. It's the board. And like I said, you know, don't always believe in the scan tool. Okay? Verify your findings, you know. Make sure that what the scan tool is telling you is true, what you've got on the actual circuit, okay? And if this isn't the best example I could think of, I don't know what the heck is. So anyway, like I said, it's on IntelliGer 3, and it's actually a pretty cool system. It's got a lot more gadgets and gizmos and stuff, but it definitely does make some of the diagnosis easier. But like I said before, even on this model, this is a 2011, and you still can't trust the scan tool. So anyway, hope everybody enjoyed that, and have a good evening. Bye.